Hi, everyone. Okay. Today's class, I was actually reading a book. It was a very insightful book, and I took a lot of notes. To be honest, I don't even know if I can get through all of the notes today that I want to share with you guys, but I'm going to do my best. So, today's class, one of the really important topics that came up in this book, and it's not a horse book, by the way, it's not an equestrian book. It's actually about building your future self and kind of goal setting and these sort of things, which obviously, as a coach, I'm always kind of trying to stay 5, 10, 100 steps ahead of you guys. So that's why I'm constantly just feeding my mind with more and more strategies and information and exercises, not just horse exercises, but goal setting exercises and mindset exercises and all kinds of other things. And so in this book, one of the topics that he was talking about, which I found really fascinating, was the topic of this kind of spectator debacle, we're going to call it. Okay. So that's what today's video is going to be about. It's going to be about this spectator debacle. And ooh, I see we have, yay, from France. I'm going to guess who this is. Facebook user. Yes, go ahead and comment where in the world you guys are joining me from. I love how international this group is. That's why it's called the International Equestrian. I love it. So yay, France. Okay. So today's class, as I said, was inspired by a book. So I'm going to read a little bit, just a few little notes here of some things that he said in the book. And then what I want to do is actually put a spin on it and refer it to horse riders. So one of the topics that he talks about, okay, it's actually called not being in the arena. Okay, not being in the arena. Now, again, this guy, he doesn't know, he has several PhDs. He doesn't know anything about horses. So I love that he chose the word arena. But he said not being in the arena is failing by default. And what he means by that is when you're outside the arena, okay, which so applies to horse riders, right? When you're outside the arena, when you're spectating, okay, when you're that person sitting in the bleachers, sitting on the sideline, watching other people going Grand Prix, watching other people pursuing their dreams, watching other people jump the bigger jumps, go to the bigger classes, do the more technical courses, okay? When you're outside the arena, yes, it may feel safe, okay? But actually, it is the most dangerous place you could be. Here's why. When you're outside the arena, you actually remain ignorant of your own ignorance, which I love that he said that. Okay, you remain ignorant of your own ignorance. Now, for me, I definitely know from personal experience, I've worked with riding instructors, and I will call them instructors and not coaches. That's why I'm a coach and not an instructor. But I know a lot of riding instructors, they've never jumped a meter 40. Okay, they don't know what it feels like to ride a Grand Prix horse. They don't know what it feels like to jump a meter 40. So, of course, I mean, it's almost unfair of me as the student to expect them to know how to teach me how to jump 140. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. But a lot of instructors, they're calling themselves professionals and they've only jumped 2'3", okay, or 2'6", which, by the way, a cow can jump 3'3". Okay, so you're not a professional if you're jumping smaller than a cow. I'm sorry. Comment cow if you agree. Okay, comment cow. Just let everyone watching, scrolling in Facebook to be very confused why we're commenting cow in the comments. If you're jumping smaller than a cow, I'm sorry, you're not a professional. But a lot of instructors are out there calling themselves professionals. They've never jumped big jumps. They've never ridden Grand Prix horses. So how can they know that feeling of what a Grand Prix horse should feel like? How can they know that feeling of what jumping a meter 40 feels like or should feel like? Okay, I actually warn a lot of my clients. I have a lot of obviously coaching clients there. In my VIP inner circle, this is a virtual coaching program. I have 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year coaching programs. And I tell them, don't go and buy a horse on your own. Like if you fly to Europe, I usually go with my clients or I find the horses for them when they're horse shopping. I said, don't just go by yourself and ride these horses, because guess what? If you've never jumped a horse of that caliber before, any horse that's jumping a meter 20 or a meter 30 is going to impress you, because you're not going to know the difference between a really good a meter 30 jumping horse and a really bad a meter 30 jumping horse. So of course you shouldn't go shopping for that horse by yourself, because you can't tell the difference, because they're all going to wow you because you've never jumped that big. Okay. So that's one of the things that I tell people. And that's why, when he said this word, when you're outside, when you're a spectator, you remain ignorant of your own ignorance. Like, you don't know what you don't know, what you don't know, what you don't know. Okay. And I see that all the time. I see that all the time. Yay. We have someone from Ohio. Cow. Yeah. Comment cow. If you guys are joining right now live and you don't know what cow is, just comment cow. Okay. And then go watch the replay from the very beginning. Okay, comment. I need you guys participating. I love it. Okay, so let me kind of continue on this topic. So you might have heard of this a lot, like armchair philosophers. Okay, so you might be one of those armchair philosophers. Okay, you might be, or maybe you know someone. Okay, maybe you know someone who's an armchair philosopher. So those are the type of people who, and for sure, you guys have seen these people, or maybe you're one of them. Okay, these people, they jump on Facebook, and horse riders, you guys are so bad about this. I cannot tell you how many times, someone will share a picture of them riding their horse, or someone will share video of them riding their horse, and guess how many of these armchair spectators are jumping on their keyboards and telling that person how awful of a rider they are. Right? How many times, or maybe it's you, you're that person that you see a rider and you go, oh, that horse is so behind the bit. Oh, that horse is this. Oh, that horse is that. Oh, this person can't sit like that. Oh, this person can't ride for shizit. Okay. How many of you guys, yay, hi from New York. Hi from Florida. Yay. Okay. How many of you guys know these type of like keyboard warriors? Okay, that they always have opinions about other people's riding, especially if it's not them. But then when you go and you look at their profile picture or their cover photo, that person cannot ride. Okay, usually that person, the things that they're commenting about on the other riders are usually the things that they really suck at. Okay, I actually saw one lady. There was a picture, I think, got posted in the group or something, and this lady was jumping a pretty decent sized jump, and another lady commented on her, was just bad mouthing her, saying like, "Oh, this rider's behind the motion of the jump," or something like that. And then you clicked on that lady's picture, and it was, some picture of her jumping in like the 1600s. Okay, 1960s, but it was an old picture. So she's clearly not riding recently, jumping very big, but she had an opinion, and she was riding like this, super behind the motion. So you see that a lot with the horse spectators. You see that a lot where they're not Grand Prix show jumpers. They've never jumped 140. They don't know what 140 feels like. They don't know what a 140 horse feels like. They don't know what a 5-year-old horse in training feels like in order to get it to the 140. That's a difference. Okay, my mare Zafira right now, she's only 5. I'm training her for the 115s. So here in Europe, we have the CSI young horse classes and the FEI. So I have her FEI passport. She's all ready to go. I'm schooling her right now for the meter 15 classes, which, by the way, is the smallest classes that they let these 5-year-old horses jump. Okay, so Zafira is in training for the smallest classes, which is 115. That's almost 4 foot, you guys. That's like what, 3'9"? Okay, but I'm in training with her for that now. She's doing really well, by the way. But if you don't know what it feels like when they're jumping correctly, or how to get that horse to jump correctly, how are you going to know if she has the potential to jump 130, 140 or more? Okay, so there's a big difference. Okay, there's a big difference between spectating and actually walking the walk. Okay, walking the walk. So let me continue with my notes, because again, this guy, he had multiple PhDs, and I found this topic fascinating. So he said, when you are someone who's on the sidelines, okay, he calls it armchair quarterbacking, which I also found very hilarious, because there's this whole fantasy sports things, which I know nothing about. But there's a lot with show jumping as well. There's a lot of these kind of spectator jumpers, and they've never jumped big jumps, but they have an awful lot of opinions. But the thing is, when you're an armchair quarterbacker, okay, there's actually no real risk or no real consequences, okay, because you're not actually putting yourself out there. You're not in the arena. You're not jumping the big jumps. You're not showing up to the horse shows. You're not testing your limits. You're not testing your horse's limits. And you're not actually really taking any risks at all. Okay, you're staying within the realms of your comfort zone. Okay, as I said earlier, a cow can jump a meter. Okay, a cow can jump 3'3". So if you're jumping less than that, I mean, you're jumping what a cow can jump. Okay, or less than what a cow can jump. So you're not actually stepping outside of your comfort zone. Okay, and when you're kind of putting yourself in your comfort zone, you're not growing. Okay, you're not progressing and you're not improving. But the difference is once you're in the arena, okay, once you're in the arena, then you're actually dealing with the realities of the situation. You're actually picking up those experience points. You're actually, even if you're failing, okay, you're still not failing because you're watching, you're failing up. Okay, you're failing because you're actually trying. Okay, you're actually trying to improve every single time. Every time you go to the show, every time you go to the arena, even if you make mistakes, you're learning from it. You're learning a lesson. Okay, is this hitting home to any of you guys? I want you guys to comment hitting home. Okay, if this is really resonating with you, yeah, comment hitting home. Okay, because this is some really powerful stuff. And I know it's easy for us to like point the finger and say, oh, I see other equestrians on the internet saying these things. I don't do that. Okay, it's just not true. Yeah, it's just not true because almost everyone does it. It's really hard to look at a picture of another horse rider because we've been programmed that that's what we should do, to look at another picture and to not think of 10 things that they're doing wrong. Okay, even if it's a picture of yourself. Okay, you're going to look at a picture of yourself and you're instantly going to see, oh man, there's like 100 things I'm doing wrong. Okay, that's our I think as equestrians, that's one of the things that we have been programmed to try and develop our eye. But all we're doing is we're focusing on what's not working and not how to make it work. Okay, and that's where there's a lot of gap because a lot of people, they don't know how. They don't know how to fix the things that they're complaining about. They just want to complain. Okay, so when you're in the arena, okay, you're actually not failing. You can't fail when you're in the arena because you're failing upwards. Every time you're getting a little bit better, you're learning a little bit more, and you're hopefully learning from those mistakes. Okay. Some people, they look at me with Saphira, as I said, she's 5. I'm training her for the meter 15s. Okay. So that's almost the 4 foots, slightly less than that. And, it's very easy, I think, for some of you guys to say, oh, well, you're just jumping in the baby classes with the baby horses. Okay, so what do you know, Crystal? But again, I know what a meter 40 feels like. I know what a meter 40 horse feels like. That's what I was working in the industry, riding those types of horses. I know what a 160 horse feels like. I know what a horse feels like that's jumping at the 160s. Okay, I know what it feels like. I know what an up and coming Grand Prix horse feels like. I know what their training plan is to get them to Grand Prix. So these are all the things that I have been kind of working my entire life, experiencing and feeling and capturing to be able to implement it and kind of give it to you guys. And that's why it's, part of our curriculum. So yes, being in the arena, okay, constantly improving, even me with my 5-year-old, like constantly improving, constantly learning, constantly growing yourself, no matter what level you are, but just constantly putting yourself in the arena because not being in the arena is failing by default. Okay. So if you are actively pursuing your goals, then you're already one step ahead of everyone else, which is awesome. Okay. So I want you guys to comment if that's you, if you're actively pursuing your goals, I want you to comment one step ahead. If you're not actively pursuing your goals, okay, if you're not actively pursuing them, or maybe you are pursuing them, but you're not quite sure, like, how, maybe you have that analysis paralysis that a lot of us have heard of, and a lot of spectators get caught up in this too. They're so busy analyzing others that they get that paralysis by analysis. Okay, you're constantly thinking of all these 100 things that need to be fixed, and so you're not fixing anything. Okay, because we can't fix something when we have 100 things that we need to fix. Okay, so we kind of close ourselves off to fixing things because we've already subconsciously put in our brain that that's something we can't fix, if that makes sense for you guys. Okay, so if that's you, okay, maybe you have that paralysis by analysis, maybe you're actively pursuing your goals, maybe you want to pursue your goals but you don't have that training plan, or you don't know how to actually get there, maybe you have decision fatigue. Anyone here have decision fatigue? Like you're making so many decisions all day long, you just don't have the time and energy to make one more decision. Okay, sometimes I get that way where I tell my husband, like, I'm not deciding what's for dinner today. Okay, I don't have the capacity to make one more decision. So maybe that's you as well. So if this sounds like you, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to comment in the chat, apply. Okay, comment in the chat, apply. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you our application so that way you could fill out your application form. It takes less than 5 minutes, you guys. Okay, fill out your application. There's very key questions in there that I need to know. You're also going to submit your writing video for me. Without this information, I can't help you. Okay, and if you guys don't reach out to me, like I can't help you either. Okay, you can't get help. Like, you know the expression like ask and you shall receive. Okay, Oprah Winfrey, by the way, I know she quotes the Bible all the time, but she used to say this all the time, and it really, like, I don't read the Bible, so I got it from Oprah. But it really like hit home because you have to ask. Okay, if you don't ask for help, if you don't submit your application, if you don't send me your writing video, I can't help you. I can't put you on that training plan. I can't put you on that fast track to success. I can't help you reach your goals. Okay. And there's no point in you running around this earth trying to solve everything yourself because you're not a professional. Okay. You're not a professional. That's why you're here. That's why you need help. Okay, so comment, apply, and I will reach out to you. I will give you the link so that you can apply. Hitting home, yeah. Comment, apply. I will send you the application. Submit your writing video, and I can't wait to jump on an actual one-on-one strategy call with you so we can talk more. So thank you guys so much. I hope you found a lot of value in today's video. If you did, comment value. Okay, comment value. This is some good stuff, you guys. This is some good stuff. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in next week's live stream. Bye, everyone. Bye.